Hello lovelies, I am the Fragnostic, and for tonight's game, Party Hard, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. Now for the regulars that have been wondering where the fuck I've been for the past fortnight, I can reveal that nature saw fit to stack stomach flu on top of bronchitis and kick it my way to get better acquainted. Now, I started playing Party Hard as soon as I was able to do something besides writhe in pain on the bed, but sadly my voice wasn't quite up to its usual cheery standard. Here's a clip if you're interested. You're gonna suffer like I have. Yeah. Oh, fuck. So this one's gonna be more after the fact review than it is commentary, but tonight's a one-off and we'll be back on the real-time smart-asseries next time. Party Hard is a half-strategy, half-stealth massacre sim whose main character is set off on a killing spree across various shindigs, get-togethers and merrymakings of America by his sleep being constantly disturbed by noisy fucking college kids. After picking up a few murder basics in the tutorial, it's off to your first proper house party to wreak some real carnage, where you'll have to utilise a combination of traps, stabbings and corpse concealments to make it to the end without the police ruining your kill streak. The dozen or so stages are strung together by a narrative from the police detective assigned to catch this bacchanalian butcher that handily plays over the loading screens for each level, giving you some sort of context to the bloodstorm you're conjuring up. Now first, the good stuff. Party Hard's vibrant pixel art style and bouncing synth-led soundtrack are the perfect accompaniment for the black humour that the game runs on, mainly by way of the sheer amount of ridiculous ways there are to kill people. You can poison their drinks, electrocute them, blow up their drugs labs, topple trees onto them, mow them down with golf carts and trucks, shove them into barbecues, off roofs, into ventilation fans, trick a horse into kicking them to death, phone in the fucking SWAT team to do it for you, unleash a zombie plague, trigger a fucking Sharknado somehow, I don't know, and a shit ton more. Sometimes you'll have to rely on a good solid stab wound to the back to do the job. Sometimes it's wiser to wait until they collapse piss drunk and then roll them off a building. Whichever you choose, there's no shortage of amusing ways to whittle down the flesh scum disturbing your nap time. Be careful though, because with this sheer encyclopedia of homicide comes the constant threat of police capture, and the minute any one of these worms spies your handiwork, they'll be straight off to the nearest phone to grass you up to John Law. Unless one of the partygoers has seen you directly stabbing somebody to death, the cops just show up and cover up the bodies, but if they're tipped off to your identity as the killer, they'll try and arrest you. It's fairly easy to evade them at first, but the more times you get found out, the more doggedly they'll pursue you. Kill a cop and you risk bringing in the SWAT team, or worse, the goddamn FBI, who will stay on the level indefinitely until you're caught. Now this is all great fun at face value, but there's hardly anything that you'd call depth in this game, aside from the shakily acted wraparound story. Every stage has completely randomised elements, which either means that it's ridiculously easy or frustratingly pedantic depending on which items or traps you get dealt. You might fail a level where there was a punch bowl available to poison, only to reload and find that it's no longer there. One item pickup might be a stun grenade, which is fucking useless in the grand scheme of things, or it might be a bomb which can instantly wipe out around a fifth of your death quota, and mass killing is really what you need to aim for. Levels like this roof party are dependent on you wiping out as many people as possible very quickly, because there's nowhere to hide or run from the cops, so unless you get dealt the right startup, you've got a very long and tedious level in front of you. There's no real sense of escalating difficulty or the stealth element being pushed here, it's much more to do with dumb luck. Until you get to this fucking level. Good lord. It's the only stage in the game where you're forced to play as a secondary character, and let me tell you, this bitch is useless. You're in a wide open area with few effective traps. There's a toilet here that does nothing, a barbecue that's good for one person, if you're lucky you get a killer panda. You can't just stab people with her for some reason, you gotta kick them down and then stab them. Your only real chance of passing the stage is to pray that a Sharknado whips round to help you out, or you get a useful item spawn on the stage. And if it's anything except the smoke bomb, it's not a useful fucking item. These guys fucking suck. Even if you haven't done anything wrong, they'll take you down and bust you for no fucking reason. Half the time you don't see them because you're trying to size up your next kill. I'm not going back on what I said, the graphics and the layout do suit the game, but sometimes it's like trying to play a Where's Wally book. You're just staring at so much shit going on in front of you that your eyes can't help but dodge the stuff that matters. Now Party Hard is a good game despite its flaws. It doesn't quite work as the complete experience that it wants to be, complete with plot and all, but it's a lot of fun to dip in and out of. It kind of reminds me of a less overtly sinister Postal, which is no bad thing at all. Well, thanks for watching, lovelies. Tune back in just a little while for the second part of this Too Sick to Play trilogy, which is the concluding part of Deliverance. We'll see you there.